All right, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. So some of you might remember Clavicular, that 20 now year old kid that basically is a looksmaxxer. He's been on various podcasts talking about how he like smashes his own face to get like a better jawline. He wants to do a bunch of surgeries. He does like meth or something. And anyways, this kid recently ran somebody over and just was like, totally fine. So we're going to be reacting to a video called Clavicular Vehicular Manslaughter by Greg Doucette. And I don't know, sort of just like laugh a little bit about this situation. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I want to know in the comment section how you guys feel about this. Did the guy that he hit have it coming? Was Clavicular's response to running someone over psychopathic? Let me know down below. I did want to make a video about this guy because I view him as like a victim of, there's two things. He's a victim of like the looksmaxxing fitness industry bullshit, but he's also like probably a troll in a lot of ways. But anyways, let's check out this video.
Oh my fucking God. And so I've been saying Claviculum is the worst YouTuber in the world, and people have doubted me. Oh, he isn't all
worst
that
YouTuber
bad.
in the world. What about Togi? He said the same thing about Togi, and Togi does nothing but spread positivity, guys.
Career and perhaps the life of another.
He does not promote anything bad for children.
Individual. Now, what?
Oh, that's sarcasm, by the way, since some of you guys are too intellectually deficient to understand that. Literally, in my last video about Mike Isertel, I made a joke where I was like, I'm not trying to brag, but in grade 5, I had a really good long jump or whatever. And like someone was like, says not trying to brag, then brings up accolade that nobody cares about. End your online. I wanted to say end yourself, but I can't say that on YouTube. End your online presence, sir.
Exactly took place. And remember, it's Christmas Day and
yeah, Christmas Day, this guy runs someone over. By the way, apparently the guy that was run over has no major injuries. We'll get into this whole situation because I feel like there's a lot of people who are either like, yeah, he deserved it, or wow, this was messed up. I have kind of like a mixed opinion, not on the running over. Like you can't run, I'll get into it. You can't run people over, but I do have a bit of a mixed opinion on this whole situation.
A Christmas miracle, as he's been kicked off of YouTube already, and most recently...
Yeah. So, 20-year-old looksmaxxing streamer was cruising near a holiday event when the alleged repeated stalker leaped out on his Tesla Cybertruck hood. Peters drove off, ended the stream, and was quickly banned from Kick. Police questioned him at the scene, but released him without charges after confirming that he was alive with no major injuries. Fellow streamer Aiden Ross laughed it off, said he was going to fight the ban, while Peters posted play stupid game, win stupid prizes, sparking divides between self-defense supporters and critics of his...
kicked off
comments.
of Kick. Kick doesn't hardly kick out anybody.
Yeah, getting kicked off of Kick is crazy.
Almost allow you to do anything.
Half the people on Kick are like child groomers.
But you can't live stream.
Like you actually got kicked off Kick, bro.
Yourself attempting to end the life of another human being. And so Clavicle.
That was a joke, by the way. I don't know anything about Kick. All I know is that a couple of the people banned off of YouTube went there, banned for nasty reasons.
Who I do believe is a sociopath or perhaps a psychopath.
I think he's a psycho. He's got the eyes, man.
Take your pick.
Have you seen that kid's eyes? He's got the eyes.
And so he's been...
Especially the way he reacted to this whole situation.
Stalked by a
So this dumbass is jumping on his hood
fan is
while the car is not in motion. Okay, so it's not like he was in motion. He jumped on the hood and got run over because that's a different scenario. Like that's not his fault. He was jumping on it while it was parked, and then he moved and hit him.
Bit too excited about Clavicular. He wants to meet up with him. I do believe he threw.
See, he's been harassing him though,
and he keeps showing up in order to get on a Clavicular stream. We've seen this in the past. Famous guys like I Show Speed. People show up to him and they do crazy things. And so what we have in today's video is a guy showed up while
the guy who got run over needs to use this as an opportunity to make a ton of content and get big on YouTube.
Clavicular is driving essentially a tank. He's driving a Cybertruck. He has passengers in the vehicle, and this fan, this stalker, if you will, shows up and essentially goes and does some googly face. He does that, trying to get his attention.
High definition Greg Doucette in this new studio. It's kind of scary.
Perhaps trying to get on a live stream, as many fans, they seem to do this. And he kind of jumped himself up onto the vehicle, onto this tank, if you will, this bulletproof truck. And so Clavicular, who has no expressed emotions whatsoever, I don't personally believe that he knows how to experience normal human emotions. Now, you might doubt me, you might think I'm exaggerating. And so what does he decide to do when this guy essentially jumps onto his vehicle? He decides to run over him. And so upon driving over this individual, Clavicular had no emotional response.
Yeah, he literally just drove off and was like,
oh my God, not a, my goodness, what have I done? Not a sense of fear,
nothing.
And so people on the internet are divided. Oh, it's self-defense.
That's not self-defense. So self-defense is using an appropriate amount of force based on the force that's being applied to you. Now, I am Canadian, so our self-defense laws are kind of messed up. But the point is, self-defense is that was basic. So if his only option was to run him over because he had like a pipe and was like smashing his vehicle trying to get in, that could be considered self-defense. If somebody tries to stab you and you grab the knife and stab them, that could be considered self-defense. But if somebody tries to pick like if someone pushes you and you just pull out a gun and shoot them in the face, or if someone jumps on your car and you just run them over, that's not self-defense.
He's going to get off scot-free. The other side, people who act...
Self-defense isn't, I get to use whatever force because I'm scared of getting any sort of... Like, you can't say, oh, I feared for my life, therefore I ran him over. Like, that's not how it works. Your perception of the situation does not justify the amount of force you use to defend yourself. You can't say, oh, he was jumping on my car, I thought he was going to murder me and pull out a gun and then run him over. Unfortunately, the law doesn't work like that.
Actually, no, you're not allowed to end someone's life over being a crazy fan. If
yeah,
you were
no,
in
you can't
imminent
just run
danger,
people over.
The person has something in their hand, if he pressed a button, something could dislodge and perhaps that could end you. If that were the case...
Yeah, like if he pointed a gun at him and he ran him over, totally self-defense, right? But he was just recording him and on his car. He could have easily called 911. He could have done a million things before running him over. He could have stepped out of the car and punched him out. The kid's like 5'2".
Means you have
Honestly, if he got out of the car and punched him, I would literally be on his side. I'd be like, who is this freaking crazy fan? Like, yeah, kick his ass.
The right to defend yourself. If the person's life is finished, can't say the proper word, it would be second degree, ends with starts with an M.
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario.
He would probably get charged with second degree and then get a plea deal for vehicular manslaughter.
And it also could be considered vehicular homicide. And so, unfortunately for Clavicular, he can't use self-defense as an excuse because without an immediate threat, once it's over...
You don't need to be a lawyer to understand that that's not self-defense. If you think that's self-defense on this specific situation, you're stupid.
You can't then drive over the individual using deadly force.
He could have also... I don't know where he was, but like, did he have no option to reverse?
And a Cybertruck is...
Or again, call 911 if he couldn't reverse?
In fact, considered a weapon. A stalker/fan, if you will, who jumps onto a bulletproof Cybertruck is not considered a legal threat.
Exactly.
And so he has no justification to drive over them. Now, where it's caught in 4K, you can see, does Clavicle appear to be petrified, to be losing control, scared for his life where he just drives off. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen?
Yeah, he's like, oh,
absolutely not. He's calm, collected, and upon driving over the individual, what does he say?
Is he dead? I don't know. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So somebody is
hopefully it's so messed up.
Annoying you, throwing water on you, pop on you, yelling at you, making fun of
Yeah, if he decided to punch this kid in the face, no issues.
You, calling you names, teasing you, saying, why do you use the N-word? That's just not cool. We don't like you. And then he jumps on the hood of your car with no weapons, no ability to do you harm. You can't decide to end his life. I'm sorry, but many of you think it's okay if somebody says a mean thing to you, fuck around and find out. Well, when you fuck around and find out, and then you do something to that person, you are then subject to the harshest penalties of the law. Now, does anyone think it's going to look well for Clavicular? Let's see his prior history. Well, he's punched a 56-year-old woman at a wedding, as well as a 63-year-old man. Hitting elderly people, it doesn't really look good for you. Kicked out of...
Why? Jake Paul does it.
University, had a...
He also pays them to take the hits.
Kilogram of, I forget which name of the drug it was, caught with tons of steroids, which in the United States, it's highly illegal. Now, in Canada, it's legal to buy steroids. In the States, it's not quite so much. Also, crashed his car.
If I'm not mistaken, in Canada, it's legal to have steroids and use steroids, but it's not actually legal to buy or sell them. It's the same with prostitution. I don't know if things have changed since I was in college, but from what I understood, the act of prostitution itself is not illegal, but the solicitation, aka buying and selling, that is illegal. So there is a caveat there.
We've seen that.
It sounds really stupid, but yeah, that's how a lot of stuff works.
while intoxicated. I believe he was high on drugs. I don't think he was drinking alcohol, and somehow managed to get off those charges. Is this the end of Clavicular? I mean, if he's not able to stream, if he's not on YouTube and not on Kick, he was on live stream with Adin Ross, who says, hey, say nothing.
Pretty sure it's Aiden Ross.
Do nothing, continue to film, don't answer any questions, and I'm going to hook you up with some lawyers on Christmas Day, because I have lawyers that, well, they don't mind working.
Look, just hang tight, record, don't say anything, don't answer questions, and just don't say anything, okay? I let it play out, but you need to be recording. Somebody needs to record you.
Even if he were to get off, it's illegal to do a hit and run. When you get into an accident, you drive over somebody.
Yeah, and also just because they let him go doesn't mean he's not going to be charged with anything.
The first thing you should do,
like they might do more investigating and then get a warrant for his arrest.
911? Yeah, this is an emergency. I accidentally drove over somebody, a crazy fan.
He could have called 911 before he ran him over too. What does his bracelet say? Stewie's?
I mean, do you guys know how often this is going to happen to people who are
Greg's got a friendship bracelet.
excessively famous, people who have more fans than last time? Eventually, people are going to show up to you, and they're going to be excited. And just because you think, oh, I don't like this person, he's annoying me, he approached me, he was too close, you can't simply try to end their life over it. And so many people stated, this has to be fake, it has to be AI, there's no way.
No, it's not
Clavicular will do
AI.
this. Have you not been following his story? He's been on steroids since 14, clearly effective his mind, and he himself tells the world, I'm neurodivergent. That is not an excuse. No matter where you fall
I'm neurodivergent, if you guys haven't noticed. I haven't run anybody over.
on this bullshit spectrum, I don't care. If you start doing crazy things,
It's not a bullshit spec. People are so stupid. People think ADHD and autism just don't exist. Like, people are so dumb. The reason people are getting diagnosed more with autism and ADHD is because they're actually taken more seriously now. Whereas in the past, you were just bullied and called weird. It's not that everybody's suddenly getting autistic. I hate that when people bring that up.
expect crazy.
Like, we used to only consider the people with the worst levels of autism autistic. Now, they've realized that it's a broader spectrum. Like, it's just a diagnosis. People aren't, like, suddenly just randomly getting it. Also, what is this? Masturbating, mogs, sex with girls?
Results.
What the fuck?
Florida law requires proportionality and necessity. And so,
Yep.
unfortunately for Clavicular,
There was no proportionality, which I talked about earlier. You can't just run somebody over because they're on your car. Someone pulls out a knife. You could argue that shooting them is fine, even though it's like a next step up, because it's like a knife could still kill you, gun could kill you. If someone's physically assaulting you and they're like, they just push you, right? You can't just pull out a gun and shoot them because there's no proportionality there. So yeah, definitely not proportional.
you can't simply try to end somebody's life because you're annoyed and they jump onto your vehicle. You could argue, hey, what if he scratches you? You might have smudged my vehicle. Well,
Yeah, you have the right to defend your vehicle, but reasonably. So if he got out of the car and punched him, I don't think he would have been charged.
that's not enough. You have to
Or grabbed him and threw him or something, he would not have gotten charged. Plus, he's like much bigger than that kid.
actually believe that this person could end you right now. And based on the video evidence, does it look like
And this isn't the same as like stand your ground in Texas where someone comes on your property and you shoot them. It's a public space. Yes, the Tesla's his property, but it doesn't work like that.
Clavicular was even concerned, was even scared? And so some of the key evidence that would destroy
He's got that
Clavicular's
Ted Bundy
defense,
look.
You know, what is it looking like? Why is it that in court,
This guy's we're gonna see a documentary about this kid killing someone.
things are going to go very poorly for him? The video recording, the calm demeanor, statements like, I hope he's dead. No attempt to escape safely. No attempt to stop or to call the police. Vehicle used deliberately. He didn't turn to the left. Notice he was to the right. He turns to the right towards him rather than backing up. Could he have not backed away? Hey, this guy's on my vehicle. I'm backing
We don't know what was behind him.
up. I'm going to get around him. Back up and drive away. But when you steer towards somebody, what do you think is going to happen? And so perhaps they'll make an example of Clavicular. Now remember, if he is in fact alive, it still causes serious bodily injury. And so
Apparently
he
not.
still could
Apparently
go to
it's
jail
minor
for
injuries.
a very, very long time. And so essentially what this does in fact look like is retaliation. I'm going to get my revenge.
Well, non-life threatening anyway.
Now, if they can prove that that person had a weapon, something in their hand, or that person was actively trying to enter the
Even
vehicle,
if he had a knife in his hand, you can't just run him over. Like, he wasn't trying to smash to get in the vehicle. And he didn't have a knife in his hand. You could clearly see he did not.
of which clearly it was not. We've seen it on video. That could have been events. But unfortunately, with video evidence in 4K, it's not looking good for Clavicular. I do believe he's going to be found guilty if charged. I think it's ended his career. Now, You can debate me, you can argue with me and say, no, he isn't all that bad. Does anyone want Clavicular to continue to make these videos? If you do, you're yourself.
So I can make reactions to it.
Perhaps psychopath, sociopath, and you like watching dangerous things unfold.
So you love watching dangerous things unfold. You make videos about it all the time. Shut up, Greg.
If you're a parent and you have a kid and he's watching...
Greg's like, oh, come on, Togi. Come on, you got to make another video promoting steroids to kids so I can make some videos about it.
Clavicular, would you want him to continue to watch this person? To cheer for him? Ruda, what a great guy. If Clavicular is a great guy, I
don't think anybody watches him or Togi or any of those guys and thinks, what a great guy, unless they're like 14. I think most people watch them just to see the train wreck.
Hate to meet someone who is not. Now, rather than being on steroids with perhaps Clavicular's mind, you should give the code for enter code Greg. Subscribe, click the bell.
Okay, he's done. Yeah, so basically Clavicular ran someone over and may or may not get charged with it in the future. It's kind of crazy, man. The looksmaxxing community has taken it too far. What do you guys think about the situation? What do you think about looksmaxxing? And what do you think about the guy that got run over? Do you think he deserved it? Do you think that Clavicular should not have done that? Or are you somewhere in the middle where it's like the guy kind of deserved to get smacked but not run over? Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.